Konnichiwa, Japanese Amo no Misa desu. Hey guys! Today I'm going to teach you Japanese pitch accent. So, what is pitch accent? 何それ美味しいの? Am I right? So, I pronounced my name like Misa, right? Maybe you can tell that Mi is pronounced with a high pitch, while Sa is pronounced with a low pitch. Don't worry if you don't hear. It's completely normal. This is why I'm making the video anyway. So Japanese pitch accent has this rule where the pitch of the first syllable, or mora, we call it haku, is different from the pitch of the second syllable. So if the first syllable is pronounced with a low pitch, you have to pronounce the second one high. And the other way around, high or low or high. And there are more rules to that. So that's why Japanese words always sound like or For example, hello. If I say it quickly, I say konnichiwa. And maybe it's kind of hard to hear low and high, but ko is pronounced with a low pitch, ko, and then the rest goes up. Konnichiwa. And it's easier to hear the pitch dropping. So when it goes from high to low, it's easier to hear the difference. So for example, umi means sea, ocean. You can kind of hear that u is pronounced with a high pitch. You don't put too much stress. But if I have to exaggerate it, it would sound like umi. Okay, umi. Anyway, this pitch accent, do we have to learn it? Well, it's really hard to learn everything because you basically have to learn the patterns first and then have to remember the pattern of each word. So, it's hard. And for beginners, just focus on learning vocabulary and grammar. Even if you can pronounce one word super native-like, if you don't understand anything else, let's be honest, the Japanese person will switch to English. If you can say konnichiwa like a native speaker, and then the Japanese people are like, wow, your pronunciation of konnichiwa is amazing. So I'm gonna speak blah 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 blah, Japanese, and then you're like, or you speak super broken Japanese with super awesome pronunciation. Japanese people will be like, I don't understand you, because grammar is so important. So learning pitch accent is for more advanced learners, but even beginners have to remember some pitch accent because you can make a very embarrassing mistake. For example, if you ride a bus in Japan, you will definitely hear this word, unko. The verb is unko suru, unko suru. So the first is low and the rest is high. Unko. And the verb means to move around, and you will often hear unko-chu, and that means in service or in operation. So you will often hear kono basu wa unko-chu desu or something like that. So this is a common word. But if you get the accent wrong, by the way, it's not intonation, because intonation is the intonation of the sentence, the whole thing. I actually sometimes make a mistake and say intonation instead of accent, like pitch. Anyway, if you get this accent wrong and say unko, so u is high and unko is low, unko, it means poop or more like crap, because it's a bit more rude than unchi. Learning pitch accent is super important. I mean, the word unko, this ko has the long vowel, ko, so that's also another difference. But if you say it super quickly, unko and unko, it's just a matter of the pitch accent. Anyway, this lesson is not about how to say poop in Japanese, so let's move on. When learning Japanese pitch accent, you will definitely learn the difference between these words. Ame and ame. Can you guess what these mean? So let's use it in a sentence. Ame ga futte imasu. Ame ga futte imasu. That means it's raining. So, can you hear ame? Is pronounced with a high pitch. Ame. So, ame. Okay? And the second one was ame. Ame. The first syllable, is pronounced with a low pitch. And then it goes up. Me. And that means candy. And you can, for example, say, ame o nameru. Ame o nameru. Nameru means licking. So, ame o nameru. Ame o nameru means I lick rain. Like you probably have done that as a kid. But it's not normal. Like, let's be normal. And candy is raining. Raining candy, you can say, ame ga futteiru. 多分痛いです. Another set of words that you want to remember even as a beginner is hashi, hashi, and hashi. I'll use it in a sentence and you can guess. 箸で寿司を食べる. 箸で寿司を食べる. So it means I eat sushi with chopsticks. So hashi, low high. Hashi means chopsticks. And the second one was hashi. For example, 橋を渡る. 橋を渡る. So low high. 橋を渡る. And that means to cross a bridge. So for example, this is a ridiculous example, but imagine using chopsticks as your canes, like two-handed canes, and you cross the bridge. You'd say 橋で橋を渡る. Let's try it together. 橋で橋を渡る. Oh. I'm exaggerating the pitch accent right now, like hashi, hashi. But if I say it normally, I say like hashi, hashi. It's pretty hard to hear the difference, right? When a native speaker says it really quickly. And the way to remember pitch accent in words, or the way to actually practice it, is not like exaggerating it too much, like ha-shi or ha-shi. You don't have to do that. But use your ups. So this is my technique when teaching pitch accent. Flex your ups when the pitch is high. If you've taken singing lessons, you might know that like when you want to get the high note, you want to flex your ups. Like try saying la la. When you want to go high, naturally I think you kind of flex your ups. Like try saying ma, ma, ma. Like you kind of feel something in your tummy, right? Japanese people naturally do this. Like we don't like have super awesome abs. So even for Japanese people, doing the high low is harder than low high. So rain, ame is high low, right? So we have to flex the abs first. Ame. Whilst ame is actually easier to say for us. Ame, because we just use the tummy after, you know, saying the normal, like the easy low one. So your tummy can be relaxed when it's low, so and then when saying me, the high one, you can even stop breathing. Me, me, that's candy. And the opposite, ame, right, is me. So learning a language while moving your body is quite effective. I've tried learning vocabulary while like running or doing exercise, and it actually helped me more. And like there is an episode in Hannah Montana. I don't know if anyone has seen that. There is an episode in Hannah Montana where she can't remember anything about human body, but like when she dances and learns together, she can remember everything. So, so it's the same. Just use your abs let's work out while learning Japanese. I think naturally your body is gonna be like, yeah, go high. So there are two patterns of pitch accent. The first one is heibangata or heibanshiki. You don't really have to remember this name unless you want to be a Japanese teacher. Heiban means like flat. And the second pattern is kifukushiki or kifukugata. That's when there is drop. So it can go like low, high, low, or high, low. The drop makes it kifukushiki. And this kifukushiki has 3 types. Atama, daka, gata. It's even hard for Japanese people to pronounce. Atama means head. Daka means high, so head high. Atama, daka, gata style. And odaka, gata. So o means tail. Odaka, so tail high. And the third one is nakadaka gata. Oh my gosh. The naka means middle, right? So that's when it goes like low, high, low. Okay, so first I'm going to explain this heibangata. It's called flat, but like I said, the first syllable and the second syllable must have different pitch, like low, high. So it's not gonna be like do. It's gonna be low, and then after the second syllable, you go up and then stay high. So it'll be like low, high, 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 high. So for example, everyone's favorite word, omae. This one is heibangata. Omae. Remember to flex your abs. So, or you can relax and then go mae. Okay, so omae, omae. If you want to say the sentence お前はもう死んでいる like a native speaker, you say お前は, so the wa stays high. That's important. The particle after heibangata, this flat one, the particle is pronounced with a high pitch as well. So お前は, only o is low. お前は. And then more, and then 死んでいる, that's the same. 死 is the only one that's low. 死 and then んでいる, that's high. 死んでいる。お前はもう死んでいる。And then say quicker. お前はもう死んでいる。You're already dead. Now you can really sound like Kenshiro. Alright, other examples. Easy, we say. 簡単な low, high, 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 high. 簡単な. Okay, and another word you have to remember that's heiban is 鼻 nose. So when you want to say to blow one's nose, you say 鼻を噛む So は is low and な o both high. So when you use this heibangata, you have to remember that the particle after heibangata is also pronounced with a high pitch. Ha, na, o, the blue part we say kamu. And again, if you change the pitch and say hana o kamu, it means to chew a flower, to taste honey, for example. I used to do that as a kid. Hana o kandeiru. So both nose and flower, on its own, it's pronounced exactly the same. Okay? Hana. But when you add the particle, you hear the difference. For blowing nose, you said hana o. Hana o. For chewing a flower, we said hana o. So it starts with the low pitch. It's the same, right? Ha. And then you go up. Ha, na. And then you go down for the particle. So ha, na, o. So you only use your tummy for na when chewing the flower. So ha, na, o. And blowing and chewing were different as well. It sounds wrong. So for blowing, we said kamu, right? Low, high. Whereas chewing, we started high and then ended low. Kamu, kamu. So for blowing your nose, we went hana o kamu. So it's quite similar, right? Hana o kamu. Whilst for chewing flower, we went up and down, up and down. Hana o kamu. Hana o kamu. Okay, use your abs again. Hana o kamu. Okay, and more quickly. Hana o kamu. Hana o kamu. Hana o kamu. So hana as nose is heibangata, but hana as flower is called odakagata. Or remember the tail high one, odakagata. So the difference between heibangata and odakagata is that for heibangata, the particle is pronounced with a high pitch. Hana wa. Okay, hana wa. So it's called heibangata because you make this flat thing with the particle, right? Hana wa, low, high, and then the particle is high. That's super important, remember this. So for odakagata, you do go up like low, high, and then when the particle comes, you pronounce the particle with a low pitch. So you do hana wa. So you kind of make the mountain with the particle. So just imagine there is the tail going up, like a dog's tail, right? And then there is a poop as the particle. Whereas heibangata is just flat, like boom, like this. So when you want to say the flower is beautiful, you want to say hana wa. So wa goes down, okay? The poop wa. Hana wa. And then kirei. Kirei is, I'm gonna explain this later, but atamadakagata, kirei. So high, low, low. So when you want to say the flower is beautiful, you go up and down so much. Hana wa kirei. Okay, so it's exaggerated, but hana wa kirei. Hana wa kirei. By the way, a lot of learners confuse kirei with kirai, right? So kirei is high, low, low. Kirei was hate. Kirai, that's low, high, high. Kirai, kirai. So for example, I hate beautiful flowers. You'd start with kirei na, high. Ki, and then rei na. Rei na, they are all low. And then remember, flower, it's den, 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 right? So hana ga. And then kirai is kirai. So high, low, low, low. Kirei na, low, high, low. Hana ga. And then low, high, high. Kirai. So at the beginning I said that if the first syllable is pronounced with the low pitch, the second one has to be high, and the other way around as well. If it starts high, then it has to drop at the second syllable, right? There is another rule. Once you go down inside a word, including the particle, it never goes up. So for example, gohan, that's high, low, low. Gohan. And including the particle, it stays low. Gohan ga. Gohan wa. There is no way it would go gohan ga. Okay? So only gohan ga. Once you go down, you stay down. 人生みたいに. No, I'm kidding. You can go down after going up. So you can start low, and then you can go high, and then you can go down. That's fine. So like mountain, fine. But once you start with high pitch, you have to go down, down, down. I mean, not like down, 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 but like high and then down and then stay low. That's only talking about the word plus the particle. When looking at the sentence as a whole, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So remember, お前はもう死んでいる, right? After お前は, we have to go down because も is the new word. So お前は, that's like the one chunk, and then も another chunk, も and then another chunk, 死んでいる. So 平板, again, low, high, and the particle is also high. お高, you also go low, high, but the particle is low. So dun, dun, dun. And the next one is nakadaka gata. Okay, naka is middle, daka, high, gata, nakadaka gata. So that one, it also goes ding, dun, dun. So low, high, low. But we're only talking about the word. So with the odaka, you make mountain with the particle. The low part is the particle. Whilst nakadaka, you make the mountain inside the word, and the particle is also low because, again, it can't go up. Japan, we say nihon, nihon, right? Nihon. Try with me, the ups. Nihon. Okay? No. Nihon. Okay, actually, that's a good one. Nihon. Nihon. That is how we count two slender objects. So like 2 fingers, we say yubi nihon. But nihon, that's Japan. Nihon. And the particle is also low. Okay, so nihon ga, and then you can say suki, I like. Suki. So nihon ga suki. Okay? Nihon ga suki. Or if you remember, kirei, beautiful, is high, low, low. Kirei. So nihon wa kirei. Nihon wa kirei. Nihon wa kirei. Nihon wa kirei. Although this has to be in the next video, you have to be careful. Japanese language, we say Nihongo, Nihongo, no Nihongo. Okay, it sounds ridiculous. No, Nihongo, Nihongo. So when talking about Japanese language, you stay high. But when talking about Japan, you make the Mount Fuji. This is a great way to remember, right? Japan, Mount Fuji. Nihon. Japanese language, high and elegant. Nihongo. But Japanese person, that's another nakadaka. So this time you go low and then high until the very end. So you make like a hill, not really Mount Fuji. It is high, but it's flat in the middle. So Nihonji. Nihonji. So Nihongo, that's heibangata. But Nihon and Nihonjin, they are both nakadaka gata. Another example would be warm. Do you know how to say warm? Atatakai. The point of nakadaka is to make a like mountain or hill. You start low and then go up, but you end low. So, it's kind of sad. Atatakai. Something good happened and you're really excited and it's going well, and then you're disappointed in the end. Atatakai. Okay, so that's nakadaka. So the difference between odaka and nakadaka, again, odaka, you make the mountain with the particle. So you go low, high, inside the word, and then with the particle, and the particle goes low. Whereas nakadaka, it's like you go down inside the word already, and the particle stays low. And the last one, atama dakagata. Remember, atama, head, high style. This one is you start high and then you go down. So that's the hard one to pronounce even for Japanese people because you have to flex the ups from the beginning. And then you can relax afterwards. No warm up, it's ups from the beginning, okay? So you go me for sea, ocean, and book, we say hon, ups, hon. It's like Nihon, like Nihon does have hon, right? So you can remember like that. And no great example, but corona, we say corona, no corona, high, low. Turtle, we say kame. So high, low. Or morning, asa. Umbrella, kasa. Alright, before we end this lesson, I want to show another embarrassing mistake you could make. For example, you see a peach and it looks delicious. You want to say, おいしそうな桃だね。おいしそうな桃だね. First, let me quickly explain おいしい part. おいしい without conjugating it, it's low, high. おいしい. Then peach, we say もも. And then だね, that stays high. ももだね. Okay, おいしそうな桃だね. It's like, wow, delicious looking peach. That peach looks delicious. But if you say おいしそうな桃だね. Momo, so high, low. Momo, that means thigh. So you're gonna sound pervy. Like, your thighs look delicious. おいしそう. It's like you sound creepy. So imagine a girl wearing like short skirt and she's holding a peach and you say, おいしそうな桃だね. Is you're talking about her thighs, not her peach. I mean, her peach also sounds wrong. Momo, that's heiban. Momo wa oishii. Whilst thighs, we say momo. So, momo wa. Usually we say futomomo about thighs. So you don't have to worry too much, but just get this right. Momo. Okay, so that's it for today. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll make a series of this. And make sure to train your abs. But honestly, try doing it because it really helps. Like, it's even hard for Japanese people, especially if they are not from Tokyo, to learn this standard Japanese pitch accent. Because there are so many dialects and accents in Japan. Depending on the area, Japanese people will have different accents. But anyway, if you like this, please let me know and I will make more videos like this. And also, if you could support me on Patreon, I would forever be grateful. I'll probably add more contents about pitch accent on Patreon as well. So please check it out. Alright, じゃあまたね。バイバイ。